I've been in the consultancy and building businesses to sell for, I don't know, 4 decades now. And over the last 3 or 4 years, there's been quite a quantum shift in how business owners are responding to what's going on out there. And the thing that kind of hits me every single time is the fact that most people are making it up as they're going along, instead of reverse engineering the outcome. Now, I've been talking about reverse engineering success for over 20 years, and it seems to have been permeating out into the wider ether now. There's a lot of people talking about reverse engineering, but I'm not so sure that most of them actually know what it really means. In that, the most dangerous thing that you can do is build a business. And the reason that it's dangerous is because you just don't know what's coming round the corner. Let that be pandemic, or the banks blowing up, wars, etc. And when those things happen, because most business owners are just focused on going through the motions day to day, trying to sell more, deliver more, do what it is that they do, they're not always conscious of what's going on the wider landscape. And that, my friends, is where you can get yourself into pretty serious trouble. So, if you're reverse engineering the outcome, and by that I mean that, okay, where do you want to actually be in 3 or 5 years' time? Okay, now, 1 million books have been written about this, and there's a ton of stuff on social media about, reverse engineering, all of it. But the bottom line is this, is that I need to have a visceral vision of what it looks like as if today, right? As if it was today. So I think the key to this is, imagine for a moment that today is November of 2027. And being November 2027, what does it look like? Well, are you living in the same house? How many people have you got working for you? What are you turning over within the business? How much money are you making? How much money are you making on a month by month basis? Have you got $5 a month that's dropping into your personal account? Have you got 20 grand a month coming into your personal account? What are you driving as a car? Where are you going on vacation today? What would be your plan for 2028, as if we was in November of 2027, okay? With that visceral vision of what it is today, 3 years down the line, then you can say, well, okay, if I look back over the last 3 years to November of 2023, what would I have done differently in order to have accelerated the journey? Because us human beings are pretty darn good at looking back into the past and saying, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that, not realising that's the best way to think about today and going forward. Okay, what's the one thing that I can do that will accelerate me faster than anything else? What have I got to concentrate on? Now, I've had 2 conversations this morning with business owners that have had a business 10, 20 years, and you can just see these real dark clouds coming in. It's like 100 degrees here. I'm sweating like Billy O, and it's raining, which normally would upset you, but it's actually quite nice and cool as that's coming in. Can you hear it? So, coming back to what is winning, I think for most people, I've asked this question, how much do you need on a month-by-month basis to pretty much not think about money anymore? You've got enough money for the gas station, you've got enough money for everything that you want. For most people, it's between 5 and 10 grand a month. It's actually not that much money. So then it's a case of saying, well, okay, if I need 10 grand a month to come in, which is 120 a year. Now that 120 a year, once you add tax to that, is actually 200. Think about that, okay? For to have 10 grand land in your personal bank account. Now 10 grand landing in your personal bank account puts you in the top 5% of earners in the United Kingdom, and for that matter, pretty much most countries on the planet, the equivalent in their dollars, euros, etc. So I think that if you want to get 10 grand a month, the reverse engineering of that is, okay, well, how many clients do I need? How big a business do I need? Well, what does it need to actually do on a month-by-month basis? That's what I'm reverse engineering. I'm reverse engineering the fact that if I'm a consultancy, in order to get 10 grand of personal income and 5 grand for the business, that's 15 grand a month. If I'm averaging 20% as a margin, well, then it's easy to work out. If 15 grand is 20% of, yeah? Okay, so that's the marker. So how many clients do I need? Well, then we just work out what's the average client worth to us as a business. That's how many clients we need. So it's fairly simplistic, but very few people actually work that out. I'm going to leave that thought with you.